if you want to do things, then you can do things here. Stacey always says you can just do things.
Yeah.
Because it's true. Because you are not held back by like stifling regulations or bureaucracy. I always mention that when I opened my company here, after a couple months, they told me, oh, they just decreed a new law. And I was like, oh my God, what's that? And I said, no, it makes your job easier. You can now structure your company like this and that. So they actively try to support people who come here because, of course, it's a symbiosis. Mm-hmm. So you bring your talent, and if you're an investor, you bring your funds, and you hire locals maybe. And in turn, you have the room to grow here. It's like a sandbox. You can do things.
Yeah.
And that is the ultimate value. Well, there's many, many values, but I think that is one of the ultimate values of El Salvador, which I don't see it anywhere in the world. There are countries that, are business friendly, but there is no I have not seen a country where you can see that your contribution becomes part of something much, much bigger. And that is extremely motivating.
I can see a similar metaphor to Bitcoin. I built my business in Bitcoin. I didn't try to go do marketing to mainstream. I built my business off of shit posting on Twitter. And partially, I just knew that if I build a business in Bitcoin, the Bitcoin exponential growth will take care of my business growth. And same happening in El Salvador. You build something here, the expansion of the El Salvador's trajectory will just grab you and put you on the same trajectory with everything else. So I can definitely see that.
And I feel like at some point in our lives, we start looking around and being like, okay, maybe I don't want to making money is nice, but I want to add some value. I want to do something that has staying power. I want to do something purposeful. And this country gives you purpose.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a very feminine point because that's how women run businesses. I want to make a difference. I want to do something good. And maybe that's why you, me, Stacey, we're like such a hardcore fangirls of El Salvador. I noticed maybe there is something to the fact that people are not willing to invest their time and effort in El Salvador because there's no hundreds of years of proven record. But you, me, Stacey, we're like, this is the thing. Yes, there's no 100 years of proof,
you build it.
But we know that it's going to get good. We see that hope more than others.
There are two different schools of thought. One is, oh, but what happens in the future? What happens 5 years from now? What happens if this and that happens? Then how safe is it to go to El Salvador now if you don't know what happens in the future? The other school of thought is you build that future. Mm-hmm. You have to take a leap of faith to construct what you want the future to be. If everybody thought like the first school of thought, mm-hmm. where you're like, oh, but what if, then nobody would make an effort because nobody would believe in the future of the country. And then the country would have no future to put it very drastically. But you need to, you have the opportunity to actually help build the path forward for El Salvador. And you have to then take that leap of faith, and then you will be rewarded for it. And so I think El Salvador is, as far as expats go, El Salvador is a country for that type of thinkers and doers.